you want to get to 100K a month with YouTube Shorts.
A bit more than 1 billion views every single month.
Right now, no one wants to work with you. If this is true, we're gonna get to the goal. We changed the niche, but there are basically just 5 or 6 ways you can get to 1 billion views a month. This one is incredibly hard. Did some of your channels basically get banned? Other people start to advertise for you. I mean, to me, it looks like I want to be there, not here. Does it solve the 1 billion problem? The conversation you're about to hear is the first episode of my brand new YouTube show. I'm planning to invite my clients in the viral seat, where they're gonna give me the craziest goals that they have, and my goal is to help them get there. Seb, who agreed to become our first guest, has already generated 150 million views in 2 weeks, but he wants 1 billion. So let's see if I'm able to help him get there. All right, Seb, welcome to the viral seat. Amazing to have you here. Do you mind giving a quick intro to the audience, kind of who you are, where are you from, how old are you, and we'll get started from there.
Of course, yeah. My name is Seb. I'm from the Netherlands. I've always been doing short form content. I used to do organic dropshipping. Then since a year now, I've started posting YouTube Shorts. That's just been going on a steady uptrend, especially when I started working with Tim. My latest channel's doing really well. So that's a little bit about me.
I love it. So I think it's very important to break down because we worked together for a couple of weeks. I think it's close to a month or something like that, to give the viewer the context of your situation, kind of your situation now, your goals. Obviously, we'll talk about that. But I want to start with Seb.0. Do you mind giving me context, like who you were before we started working together? Because I know you ran a couple of channels. Can you walk us through like what kind of channels and kind of like what kind of success you saw before we started working together? I'll just break that down.
Yeah. So basically my first ever channel was a really simple, like I just mentioned, I used to do organic dropshipping. And I was selling these weapons. And basically what I started doing is I noticed that YouTube AdSense was actually paying me more than the sales I was getting from these weapons that I was selling.
Oh, really?
So I started basically doing these CTA videos, they're called. I would say, if you like, you get this gun. If you subscribe, you get this gun.
Yeah.
And the videos would get some views, but obviously it was really risky with YouTube. And it did not make me any crazy money, but I had my first, I think it's 3K or 4K month with YouTube Shorts.
Okay.
And then after that, I started running some channels which required some more skill. I started running some podcast channels, which is basically transform the videos through editing. And those podcast channels started doing a bit better. That was when music deals were still really popping off. So I think I had my first 10K month with one of the podcast channels. After that, I realized that even though they made me good money, I wasn't really learning how to script write and how to, really create, how to really master all aspects of creating a viral video. So I got into a commentary channel, which was in the military niche. And I managed to get them monetized. But then I also just came to the conclusion that even though I had now mastered all of the skills, I felt like I needed to go viral and to go viral consistently. Still, the results were okay, but not where I would like to have them. And that's when I met you, and you basically showed me that there were way more opportunities in actually creating a more branded channel and really building something unique. And that's what we're working on now.
Yeah, got it. We'll get into to that point as well, Seb.A, where are you at now? But before that, I might be mistaken, but I remember the part of your story, did some of your channels basically get banned? Did you lose any of your channels?
These were really simple channels. This was when I noticed that these CTA channels, they made me like 3K, 4K a month. Basically, my idea was, okay, let me just replicate this with 3 more channels and I'll just do the same thing and I'll be making 12K or whatever. But all of those channels where I wasn't actually filming myself, I was using AI to kind of make fake guns and fake objects. All of them got banned.
Yeah, I see. Okay. So basically, before we started together, you were already kind of like, you developed some skills in terms of going viral and scripting videos, like you knew how to do that. And like 10K months, not many people can get there with commentary. So incredible success. I mean, that's very nice. That's what I saw, like the potential that I saw before we started working together. But then what happened after we started posting? Because this military commentary channel that you mentioned, that you got monetized, we basically decided to go with that and like change the niche on it, kind of turn it into a branded channel. So what happened in the last 2 weeks? Can you walk me through your current setup? Like how many videos you've posted, how many views you have now, you know, how many subscribers, just so we get an understanding, like what do we have here tonight to work with?
Yeah, of course. So yeah, I think right now we've posted 9 videos so far. Subscribers right now. I think we're at
What?
230K
Can you repeat that?
subscribers right now. Yeah, 230K subscribers in 9 days. Or 9 videos, 9 videos.
230K subs.
Yeah, and I think we're doing around the last 3 videos kind of underperformed because I had to delete some videos. Maybe we'll talk about it later. But I think I'm at an average of around, I think anywhere from 12 to 18 million views per video right now.
12 to 18 million views per video on average.
Yeah.
And what's the total?
Total views?
Yeah.
I think it's at 150 million.
150 million. Okay, 115 mil. Wow. So 9 videos.
So 150.
150.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm underestimating you. I think we can finish right there. We don't need anything else. All right, so for a viewer, it might seem crazy, like 9 videos, 200K subs, 150 mil. We changed the niche. Now the channel is branded. Now the channel is long-term, something that cannot get banned because, again, we're not using anyone else's content. We're creating brand new content from scratch. And the results, like when I look at this, like before and after, it's already incredible. But I know you came here for a reason. I know that we have some things to work on. So yeah, I mean, first of all, incredible results. But then, second of all, what is the goal? Tell me who is the like SEP in point B? Like where do you see yourself? Like where do you want to get? And basically how I can help you tonight.
Yeah. So basically, my main inspiration for this channel, I think right now he's doing close to 120K a month in profit, which is absolutely crazy. So I think with our unique style, it should be possible to at least do a 100K in revenue a month. So it's a really big goal, but I definitely think with your help, it's possible. Yeah.
So you want to get to 100K a month with YouTube Shorts?
Yeah.
And with just one, okay, with just one channel. Okay, that's gonna be the goal. Did you do the math on that? Like, do you know how many views we need? How, where do we need to get in terms of like, you know, views per month on the channel?
I think we need, did the math. Yeah, I think we needed around a bit more than 1 billion views every single month.
Okay, so 1 billion views per month. All right, so that's what we are solving today. We need to get from 9 videos and 150 million views to 1 billion views a month consistently for the next year.
Awesome.
Awesome. I like it. And then in order for us to understand like how we get there, let's also break down like the basically your main current like problem, the way you see it. So what would you say is the bottleneck right now? What's the one thing that we solve tonight that will basically get you to this goal, like guaranteed? What's that one thing?
Yeah. So obviously with the success of the channel, it will also attract a lot of competitors. And I think the most important thing for the channel right now is to really scale aggressively, but while scaling aggressively, also making sure that the quality of the hires is there, and that we actually make sure that the hires that we save as much time by not having to fire too many people and have to search for the right person. So I think the main bottleneck right now is just really real effective hiring and how
Okay.
to basically save as much time with hiring mistakes as possible, so we
Mm-hmm.
can scale as fast as possible and do way more output because we've only posted 9 videos right now in I think
Yeah.
25 days.
So output and basically increasing the number of videos. Okay. Okay. And if you were to say, like, if you were to choose just one, like, the way I like to scale channels is I always think about one thing that if this is true, we're going to get to the goal. So what one thing must be true out of all of the problems, like what one thing that we must solve that will definitely get us there?
Yeah, we just need I think it's at least 5 or 6 animators which can really match the quality of my best animator, so that they're all on the same level, that they can all produce 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 videos. Yeah.
Okay, okay. And just for context for everyone's watching, basically what we do is we are, I wouldn't say we're competing with Zach the Films, but he's like the reference for the animated content. Plus we have a like a very specific sub niche that right now is like pretty much monetized by monopolized by by you with the amount of views you're getting. And basically the animators are the ones who are in charge of creating videos. So you're writing your own scripts, but then animators are basically turning them to life. And the problem is that they're not doing enough, right?
Yeah, as well. Yeah, it's not doing enough, and also the quality with some of the animators.
Okay, so quality and quantity of the videos that you produce. If this one, if we get you 5 to 6 animators tonight, then basically it's inevitable that you're gonna get to 1 billion views and 100K months.
Yes,
I
almost
like the
certain.
setting. I like the setting. Okay, okay, cool. I mean, that makes sense. Can you also walk me through the structure of your team right now and kind of how does the whole production works for you? Like who's coming up with ideas, then writing scripts, then how does they work on the videos? Just like, walk me through a video production chain from basically like zero, not having ideas to like posting final videos.
Yeah. So right now I'm doing all ideation and script writing myself. Also planning to do that for another 1 or 2 months. I just want to really make sure that's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the animators, I think right now we have 6 or 7 animators total. But
Okay.
they're all very different in the way we hired them. I have 2 guys on a base wage. One of them makes $1,000 a month plus bonuses, and then I have one animator makes $1,200 a month plus bonuses. These bonuses are for the amount of views the videos get and for the amount of videos they produce every single month. And this guy that makes $1,200 a month, I don't know if I've even shared this with you, Tim, but since recently, um, he is also now reviewing animations of my other employees. So basically in Asana, I'm not the only one giving feedback to these videos. I kind of give the feedback on how to make the animation more viral, if that makes sense, by
Yep.
making it look engaging and stuff.
Yep.
And he really gives all of the technical feedback.
Okay.
Um, and
So,
then I also have,
is he? Wait a second. Is he already like a team leader, or he's just giving feedback?
he's kind of in trial. He's not the full team leader.
Uh
But
huh.
right now I'm just testing because to be honest, I noticed that he was better at giving feedback to the animations than me. So I just wanted to try this out, and so far it's actually been really good. So he's not a full
Okay.
team leader and leading the entire operations and stuff like that, but he's
Mm-hmm.
really doing quality control on a lot of the. He's just basically approving animatics
Yeah.
and animations.
Okay.
Um, and yeah, then I have three more guys who I have hired on a pay per video basis, and I pay them $100 per video, also with bonuses for the amount of views which they get at the end of the month. So yeah, three animators on pay per video bonus, on pay per video basis for $100, and then I have one more guy who is on trial with us for 2 weeks, and I am paying him right now $300 for these 2 weeks, and then after these 2 weeks, we'll decide if he'll also, um, yeah, get on the pay per video basis offer or become a full-time team member.
Okay, so you have one kind of team leader, so kind of leader, 1.2K a month, then you have three animators, and plus he gives feedback, plus he has bonuses. So let's say plus bonuses. Three animators, pay per video. You said you pay $100 per video? Okay. $100 per video. And then one trial, $300 per 2 weeks. So total you have 5 people. You said you have 7 or 6. You have anyone else?
Double check. I think I forgot. Yeah, I think it's one more guy for $100.
Okay, so not 3, like 4.
Yeah.
4 animators, pay per video. Makes sense. Okay, cool. I mean, the setup is pretty clear, and then you're doing the rest. You're doing the sound design and editing yourself for now.
Editing, I also have a guy for, and I pay him $5 per video, flat fee, and then sound design I do myself.
Okay. How long does it take to edit the video? Like if you send him like 5 videos today, how soon can he finish?
I think one video takes him like 30 minutes, I would say.
Okay. 30 to 40 minutes. But like, is he fast? Like, is the turnaround with him like pretty quick?
Yeah,
Would
I
you
can
say?
message him and he can most of the time get it done in like 2 hours.
Okay, okay, yeah, that's good. Because animators are definitely taking like too long to, prepare their videos. It's typically like 2, 3, sometimes 4 days. And then if we add another day on top of that, then the turnaround of one video like turns into something like crazy, like 5 days or a week or whatever. So we definitely don't need this to be another week link in our chain. So it's good that his turnaround is good. And then the sound designer, you said, we talked that you're about to hire one, right?
Yeah. I just messaged one of them. She wanted a bit more than I was expecting, to be honest. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think if I keep looking, yeah, I think that will be the next hire as a good sound designer.
Okay, so X per month or per video makes sense. All right, so pretty clear right now. The team, the goal, 100K a month, 1 billion views. We need 5 to 6 animators to get there. Okay, cool. Let's dive in. I got a pretty much kind of like a plan in my head, and I'll basically just share that with you. Feel free to stop me, ask questions or anything, and then we'll see at the end if that actually helps or not. So number one thing that I want to kind of decide at the very beginning is I like to break down the goal. So like if we need 1 billion views, that's crazy amount of zeros, but there are basically just 5 or 6 ways you can get to 1 billion views a month. You can post 30 videos a month, and that's gonna be, I'm just gonna grab a calculator and quickly do the math here. Wait a second. That's gonna be something incredibly high, something like, yeah, 33 million views on average. We can do 1 billion divided by 60 videos, and then it's going to be basically 16 million views on average. we can do 1 billion with 90 videos, and then it's gonna be 11 million views. And then we can also do 1 billion with 120 videos, which is gonna be 8.3 million. So which one do you think is the easiest for you?
Usually the 30 videos a month one, but I think the 60 videos a month one is achievable pretty quickly. Well, I think the 90 videos a month one will be, yeah, will take some more time.
Yeah. Okay. So the way I look at it is this one is incredibly hard, like 33 million views per video. It's like it's a very high number. Even the biggest competitor is not getting there. So it's you know, it's gonna be stupid of us to think that like we are somehow like invented the you know, the perfect model that gets us, you know, to 33 million average. Then those two I think are the most, you know, the most likely ones to happen, but then this one is going to be ideal. So I would say this one is ideal, and those are good. Why? Because 16 million views is a way bigger margin for you than in case of 11 million or 8, because you anyway pay for the same, like you pay the same price for the videos, but you need less of them, and you get the same amount of views, meaning you make more per video than, you know, in those cases. I think personally that you're right now somewhere here. So I'm gonna use the red one. You're somewhere here with your, I think you said 13 million views or something like this on average, 12 to 14, right?
Yeah, I think it was 12 to 16, something like that.
12 to 16, yeah. So like you're now here, but you're there because you only posted 9 videos. So we don't know yet if that's, you know, luck at some point, or if it's, you know, the result that you can consistently hit over and over again. If that's, you know, the consistent result, then it's perfect. Then you basically, all you need is 60 videos a month. That's, you know, 2 videos a day. It's not hard. Like we're posting that, and we don't have, our team of animators is less than 7 people. I think it's 7. So it's not hard to get there, but let's conservatively assume that the views will probably drop to, let's say, like 10, 11 million views. And then this would be the number that we need to hit. 90 videos a month, which is 3 videos a day. Did you analyze the second competitor you have, like in a niche, not Zagde Films, but in your sub-niche? Like how many is he posting?
He's almost always posting 2 a day, but some days he only posts once, but it's almost always 2 a day.
Okay, but I think your niche has the potential to go to 90. I think it really does have the, basically the size of the niche kind of makes sense for 90 videos a month. All right, so I think the way we're gonna basically structure the rest of the conversation is we'll try to get to 90, and then if we hit the goal sooner and let's say we only post 70, but we still are at 1 billion views, then it's perfect. Then we're good. We're chilling. We have a bigger margin. Everything is nice. And then, by the way, the way we got 1 billion views is with a clear RPM. You would need a clear RPM of 0.1, which is like 10 cents. And then I think your clear one last time we talked, it was like 9 cents or something. So you're pretty much there in terms of the RPM. So 1 billion views will most likely get you there on YouTube alone. So this one is like 100K a month plan, right? Plus you have TikTok, plus you have Snapchat, plus you might have Facebook and other platforms. So you're probably going like way higher than that. Makes sense. So let's build a structure that allows us to post 90 videos a month. How many do you think you can post with your current team? And like, walk me through your, like, we talked about their salaries, but like how much they can produce now.
Yeah, so I can only confidently say for 2 of my animators how much they produce, just because they've been working with me on a kind of a longer time frame. All of the other guys I've hired them, I think, in the last week. So a lot of them are still getting adjusted to the workflow and still kind of learning as we go. But my first animator, the one I paid 1,200 a month, he actually got his new role as kind of a lead animator just because he isn't able to produce as much due to some personal situations. So he makes like, I think it's 6 videos a month, which is pretty low compared to a lot of other animators.
Yep.
And then my second animator, who's worked for me for a long time, it's the guy who I paid $1,000 every single month. I think he's able to produce 10 videos a month, but I also see a lot of potential for that to go up in the future, just because he's really hungry and he's always, yeah, I don't have to encourage him to work. He really has a high pace.
Okay.
And yeah, the other guys, one of the $100 pay-per-video basis guys I hired was pretty quick. I gave him the script and storyboard, and he managed to finish the animatic in a day, I think. Whereas the most of the other guys, which are now working on the first script I gave them, I think none of the rest of them have finished it yet, and it's been 2 days or 2.5 days, I think.
Mm-hmm. So for now, this third guy, it's like, what's the assumption? 8 to 10 videos a month? Or less than that? Okay, 8 to 10. Okay. And then you have 2 more, but again, they haven't finished their first video. And how many, like this one probably did like a few videos for you because you've been working with them for almost a month. But then how many videos the second guy did? Like total?
I think 3 videos now.
Okay. Okay, so you pretty much have like a good understanding of his pace. And then this one only finished 1, so it's still kind of like the question if he can get there. Okay, makes sense. How satisfied are you with this?
I would say pretty satisfied. Mainly because yeah, at first I would have liked the $1,200 animator to produce more, but now that we've kind of found a new role for him, I notice that he's really enjoying it, and he loves the kind of creative position instead of really hammering down his videos every week. And so I'm satisfied with him, and I'm okay with him producing 6 videos a month right now. And yeah, the second guy I'm also pretty happy with, is really hungry. The third guy, I would say it's kind of hard to judge still, but I am noticing with the animators, which I just talked about, which have not finished an animatic video yet, that it's kind of going a bit slower than I would have hoped for. I would have hoped for them to be a bit faster.
Yeah, again, makes sense. So from my perspective, from my experience, 6 and 8 is definitely very low, especially for people who are on a salary basis, because I'll get into that in a second, but 10 is kind of like the low end of what's, acceptable when it comes to the salary base, not the per video base, because when they are on per video, you basically don't care. It's just like, a freelancer, he can do like 1 video a month, 10 videos a month. You don't care because you're not losing money. But then the moment they earn salary, basically the more videos they do, the cheaper the video is for you. So that's why you kind of have to, take this number as high as you can. But then with this current structure, I think that the first problem that we're actually going to solve tonight is the speed and basically the health of your animators as units. Because basically hiring more animators, meaning like we're going to scale let's imagine it as a unit. So basically scaling your business is increasing the amount of units you have, because like each unit produces X videos a month, and with your average number of views, you know that it's going to get you to an extra, I don't know, 10, 20K, like whatever it is. Let's say if the unit produces 10 videos, that's an extra 120 million views per month for you on average, which is pretty much like 10, 15K a month, like whatever. And then the question is, can you get this unit from 6 to 10? But before you get reach on YouTube, you first need to get reach in Excel. What I'm talking about is a very simple P&L that so many YouTube channels ignore. And as a result, they keep grinding on unprofitable YouTube channels because they don't know how much they spend, they don't know how much money they make, they don't know what's their break-even point, they don't even know where's the critical mass of their channel. And this is the exact problem that me and my team solved for you, and you can get the solution right now for free. What I'm talking about is the YouTube profit calculator that we recently built for all of you. This calculator has multiple lists for you to understand your YouTube business better or analyze the profitability of the niche before you enter one. All you need to do is scan this QR code or find the link under this video to get this calculator for absolutely free, and I'm gonna let you watch the rest of the episode. And you know this thing, let's say even 12, because 10 is still like a low end. Because then you need to like twice as little animators as, you know, in this case. Do you see what I'm coming here? Basically, like with this animator to post 60 videos a month, you would need 10 of them. And then if you're able to increase his results to 12, then you basically need 5. Does it make sense? Yeah, simple math. So basically, you know, like in our body, like we have those, you know, cells that kind of divide and scale and multiply. And I treat the teams pretty much the same way. So most people do this mistake of scaling before they dialed in the cell. So let's say new animator comes on board right now, right? We find these 5 animators that you needed. When they come on board, like what they see a kind of team leader who is giving them reviews, who is making 6 videos a month. They see the other guys that are like kind of there, but like we don't know for sure if they're there. Do you think there is a chance that they're gonna do more than like 10 videos per month? There's no motivation for them. Like they see that the top guy, you know, your favorite guy makes 6. Why would they care to do more than 6 if he's making the biggest salary? He's giving the revisions. He's the team leader, and he's basically like your favorite guy, and then he only does 6. So that's the first problem. We need to improve this, like basically kind of heal the 6 cell. We need to make it like a 10 out of 10 cell, and only then we need to scale it, because then let's say all of those numbers are like 15, like 12, like I don't know, 14, and then we bring on board like 5 more guys, and I see that the average in your team is 13. What's they gonna do? 13 videos a month. Like they are forced to do it. Like they see that everyone else is doing exactly that. But right now they can give you all the excuses they want, saying like it's not possible, it's incredibly hard, I have all of my family problems, just to basically be pretty much like average in this settings. So the number one thing that we need to do is actually like basically figure out why they're doing so little and how can we get them to do more. Because I'll give you my research that I did. Zach Films does, his animators are doing 4 videos per month on average. So it's average 1 video a week. Why? I think they have some problems like within the team. Like they don't have storyboards. They don't have like pretty much like clear understanding of how the video should look like. They basically ask animators to do whatever they feel like is required, and then they kind of work through a bunch of different revisions until they get the final result. That's not what we want. We want to speed up the process as much as possible. That's why like we set up the script structure, the storyboards, everything else. But the problem is still there. Like the animators are still doing very little. Can you give me an understanding, like what do they say? Why the number is so low? Like when you try to tell them like, look, can you do the video in the next 2 days? Like what's the excuses they tell you?
So yeah, the first guy who only produces 6 videos a month. I would say that I've also kind of tried everything with him, if that makes sense. I've even kind of not threatened, but I've told him like, I might have to fire you if you really can't produce
Mm.
any more videos.
Yeah.
And he really went in depth to explain to me, like, he didn't know what to say, and he was kind of like, if that's the case, then that's the unfortunate truth, but it's really not possible for me to create this
Mm-hmm.
because of this, and this situation.
Okay.
Um, and then for the other animators, yeah, 10 a month, it's kind of like you just mentioned on the lower side. But I haven't asked him specifically just because we've been working together for some time, but I think it's been 2.5 weeks now. So I've not really had the time to reflect with him yet. But I think
Okay.
if I would ask him, then he would say that it's because yeah, he's just new in the team. He has to act on a lot of revisions sometimes just because he's a bit less skilled than my best guy.
Yes.
And I would
Mm.
say the same for my other animators. They just say
Okay.
that they just lose some time on the revisions just because they can't really match the quality.
Okay, makes sense. So it's either one of three things most of the time. Like there are no other problems than these ones. It's either the skill, I don't know or don't have the skill to do it. It's either motivation, like I'm too lazy to do it, or the resources, like you can ask me to drive a nail through that wall, but like if I don't have the hammer, like there's no way I'm gonna do it, right? With animators, with 3D animators, most of the time they do have resources. Resources in our case is like assets, access to internet, just like the storyboard, the script. So most of the time they do have the resources, or you can easily like either buy them or find them for like relatively cheap. It's either one of those two. So the skills or motivation. And basically there are two ways we can there are ways we can solve that, and today I'll show you a few things that you can set up in your team in order for you to solve motivation and skills at the same time, because what we need now is an example. So the moment they actually start to work as much as you want them to is when they have an example of someone who already did it. Do you know the story about the 4-minute mile? There is a story for years, like thousands of years, running a mile in under 4 minutes was considered impossible. So we thought that human body can't do it, and basically like everyone who tried it like failed. And then people considered it impossible, but then there was one motherfucker who did it. He ran a mile in less than 4 minutes. You know what happened next? In the next year, more than 100 people actually ran the mile in under 4 minutes. So the moment one guy basically like you're top of the top, the moment one guy does it, everyone else is like, damn, I thought it's impossible, but I probably have to increase my skills or probably get some motivation from somewhere, or maybe get some more resources, and I'll be able to do that too. So until your main guy is a guy that makes 6 videos a month, that's not gonna happen. But what you need is to find a guy or raise the guy who can do 15 videos in a single month, and then you put him on a pedestal and you show everybody else like, look guys, that's our next bottom line. Like that's our next minimum. Like we have to all optimize and ask this guy like, how did he do it? And then you optimize for that. Because until this happens, it's impossible. Like you can teach them wherever you want. You can give them as many bonuses as you want. But if they feel like it's impossible and they don't see that someone else did it, they're not going to do it. I had the same problem in my team, to be honest, because basically everyone comes from a game dev background or something else where they basically did one video in like 3 months. And then when we ask them to do even 6 videos a month, they're like, what the fuck? You know, how can we do that? And the problem is always they care too much about little details and locations and, you know, the grass and hair, etc. But in our videos, we don't need that. Like we can skip those, like we can cut those corners in order for us to get to 12 to 15 videos a month. So I would say your bottom line should always be 12 to 15 videos. That's where all of your animators need to be in order for you to be profitable and in order for the margin to be high. Because if you can get there, your margin from 100K a month will be something like 60 to 70%, $60,000 to $70,000. If you go less, let's say like if you post 6 videos per animator, then the margin like drastically decreases to, you know, 50 to 60%, and then it becomes tricky if the views go down, etc. So number one problem that we solve is actually healing the scaling unit, healing the cell, and making sure that each one of your cells can produce at least 10 videos a month, and then we would need 6 of them in order for us to get to 1 billion views, basically based on the math that we did previously. Now, how do you do it, right? Logical question. Any ideas? I'll sip some water for now. Can you hear me?
Sure, yeah, actually, otherwise I would have implemented it already.
Okay, makes sense. There's a couple of things. So first of all, I think it was a mistake to tell this guy that he's a team leader now. I think that it's okay that if he gives revisions, if he is like slightly better in terms of the quality than other guys, he can do technical revisions and he can teach them a little bit. But I think that you shouldn't position him as your favorite guy, because otherwise everyone else will see that if I do high quality videos but I only do 6 per month, like Sab is gonna love me as well. But it's not. You have to basically explain to your team that you like him for the quality, but you're not satisfied with his quantity, and that no one should use him as an example. For them, the example should be someone else. It might be imaginary, it might be the goal that you set for them at the beginning of the month that is not realistic. I remember I had one animator that I told, he was like, yeah, I'm super skilled, I have experience, and I was like, okay, cool, do 25 videos a month. And he was like, yeah, okay, easily I can do it, etc. Of course it's not possible. Like, I know that 25 videos like a month is not possible. And then after the first week, he saw that it's not possible, but he still did like 4 videos this week. So if the goal is too high and they think that they need to hit it, and they understand that like the other guy is only doing 6 because, not because it's good, but because like that's his situation. Maybe he has, just, you don't need to explain yourself in front of them, but just tell them that that's not the top guy on the team, and that the top spot is still open. So for most of them, motivation of being, kind of like a leader, becoming a leader, is one of the key motivations they might have. So I would set up a competition between all of them and basically tell them like whoever can do 12 videos a month for 2 months in a row consistently. So whoever does 24 videos in the next 60 days becomes our team leader. And you're gonna get the privilege of being a team leader, you're gonna get a bigger salary, you're gonna do the revisions, you're gonna host our group calls, and blah, blah, blah. So you give them the privilege of being the top guy. They have to always be in this competition, and every single week you have to discuss with them who did the most videos, how he did it, how much you love him for it, basically, and how can everyone else get to this point as well. Right now you probably don't have enough guys to have like such a massive kind of group call, but that's very important that we do it first, because otherwise like we hire a bunch of animators and they all start to do 5 videos a month, and you just like drastically overpay them, which is not gonna get us where we need to. So that's number one, the competition. And then the second thing that I actually recently found out is I was talking to a guy who has a studio of animators, like 30 animators, and he has like multiple channels, like 9 channels for kids, like more like a simple animation. But then I asked him like how he got so many animators all working offline in his like office and stuff. And he told me that they took 2D animators and they taught them 3D. And I was like, what? But the guy was like a long-term thinker, like it's not worth it for us to do that, but it got me an idea, like we can take like a mid animator and we can basically just, increase his skill with coaching, with training, and we can help them get to the next level. Because they're doing 6 videos a month, not because they want to do 6 videos a month. Of course, they can be lazy, but they probably just don't know how to do more. so we can just train them like what corners to cut, how to optimize project files, how to avoid like, you know, huge rendering times and stuff like this. We can teach them all of that and potentially can get them to the next level. So what I'm building within my team and what I think you should be building as well is you reach out to all of your guys and you ask them like, look, what's the most valuable video that you watched on YouTube about Blender? Like, what's the course that you took about Blender that helped you the most? And you basically make a list of things that they need to watch before they make your videos, before they start working on you. Like, watch this video, complete this test. After each video, you do the test. You do like a couple of questions just to make sure that they actually watch the stuff and not just say that they did. So you invest your time once into building this course, but then it kind of keeps nurturing your animators without you investing your time and without you wasting your time on revisions, because they kind of go through that path. You already have the content guide, right? The quality control. Yeah, okay, so you have the quality control. That's going to be one of the lessons. The rest are going to be more like technical ones. And you can also make this, what's the name of your kind of team lead right now? Okay, so you can take him and you can ask him to record one of the lessons, basically going over the quality side of things. So don't make him talk about the quantity. Like, you don't want everyone else to know that he's doing 6 videos a month. But he might just record a video going over the quality. So like, here's how I do the character, here's how I do the location, here's how I do the lighting, the backgrounds, all of it. That's one. Then you take random videos on YouTube about Blender that they mentioned were valuable in their career, and you also point them towards those videos. And you kind of create like a little course for them to go through, just so you basically tell them like, look guys, you can grow, you can learn something new, and basically that's how you get better, and that's how you get to 12 videos a month. The moment I started doing that with my team, and I actually, like, I have it set up in live, so basically twice a month or so, one of my animators and I choose specifically like who I want to speak in front of the others based on their like skills. So let's say I see someone did something good about the, I don't know, let's say water simulation. So they did a good job like with water and stuff. So I'll be like, do you mind sharing with the rest of us, like, how did you do it? And he would just like on a Zoom call share his screen and show exactly how he did it. But you can also, because like the team is kind of smaller right now, you can do it on just simply finding videos on YouTube. There is a bunch of videos like how to do Zach D Films videos, and you have to be the one to tell them like, guys, you can improve. Otherwise, like they're not going to do that. And the way, like the main reason why you need it is because if you will try to scale the 6 cells, so the cells that are posting 6 videos, producing 6 videos a month, then you're gonna need twice as many of them, and basically your margin will go down. And like, of course, you're gonna get to 1 billion views, but then the margin is kind of like will stop you from actually enjoying, you know, the 100K months. Does it make sense?
Yeah, definitely. How would you approach this if I were to kind of go for an approach where I hire more of the guys on the pay video basis, and that I basically only give them a monthly salary once they've proven to be able to handle the volume?
Yes. Yes, this is actually what I wanted to tell you next. I think the team setup should be imagine it like a funnel. So let's say here you have, yeah, let's talk about the team so far. So everyone who has a test task, like let's say 5 out of 10 and above that. So first you have like a layer of freelancers, meaning you pay them per video, and you kind of like educate them. So So that's why the course is so important. You create a course within your team, basically how to do our kind of videos, and then you make them go through that course when they are on this stage. Because you pay them per video, you don't care if they go through the course in a week, in a day, in a month, you don't care because you're not losing your own money there. And you don't need to invest in them because basically you just tell them like, guys, once you complete like 6 lessons in the course, you will be assigned your first video. And then because there are quizzes and and tests, they can't just, just click random answers. Like they literally need to watch all of this material to be assigned the first video. And then the way you make them improve is, that's what I call the Zagdi Films format. So basically he pays his animators, all of them, per video, and they only pay them after the video is completed, and they can do as many revisions as they want. That's a perfect like pay per video structure, because then like you're not risking anything. If they are not able to meet the quality criteria, you're not paying them, right? So here I would have a course plus revisions that basically you use to get their videos to the level where you're satisfied with them. And then here it can be anything like 100 to 300 bucks per video, because if we do the math, right now you're doing 12 million views on average. That's kind of like $1,000 revenue per video. So if you're paying them 300 bucks, it's still 700 bucks profit. So even 300 bucks per video is still profitable for you. And it's still 70% margin. So I would still go for that if the animator is really good, right? Because again, you're just trying to get to 60 videos as soon as possible. And ideally, I would like to hit you that number in December. It would be a cool New Year present to hit 100K a month before the end of the year, right? So yeah, exactly. And the RPM is kind of there for you as well. So it's probably the easiest time to hit 100K right now. So you have this layer of freelancers, but then what I would do is I would set up 2 different group chats. So you have a group chat for freelancers and you have a group chat for team members. So these are your team members. And in my group chat with freelancers, I would constantly advertise the idea of being a team member. The way I would do that is, let's say someone goes from there to here, I would create like a celebration message, like, here's Tim, he's joining our team because he completed 5 videos with the perfect quality in less than 10 days. Tim is now our team member, let's all celebrate. He's gonna have all of the benefits that our team members have. And he's gonna leave the freelance chat. Anyone who wants to do the same, like hit me in DMs, and you know what to do. You need to complete XYZ amount of videos. So you advertise this transition from freelancer to team member, because like having freelancers is cool and it's still profitable for you, but then team members are the ones that actually push the needle forward and actually like make your channel go viral and care about the channel, come up with ideas and all of that. And here you can pay them 1.5 to like, I don't know, 2K a month, depending on the the salary might be different, because they're from different regions, from different situations, circumstances. They even do different kind of videos. So I wouldn't just pay them flat fee. I would pay them based on the number of videos they make. So based on the number of videos, and then based on the views. So they need to have a performance bonus. So they probably have like $1,000 flat fee, and then another like $1,000 that they can make if they meet certain criteria in terms of views and videos, so that they can double their basically their salary if they're doing a good job. And those ones are only when at least 10 videos a month. So this is your most reliable team members. So you need 4 or 5 of those, and then you need God knows how many of those. And it doesn't really matter, because those ones, you treat them as extra. You treat them as, okay, cool, we have 15 more videos this month from freelancers, but those ones that you rely on, you build your plans with those in mind. You know how many people you have, how many videos they make, And with that, you kind of create a plan. Does it make sense?
Yeah, sounds really good. How would you handle the fact that the freelancers would kind of lose access to the core team members? And for me, the core team members right now are kind of the best performance. What would be the best way to make sure that they can still kind of communicate, share assets, and
Yeah.
yeah, kind of help each other out?
Good question. So I would, I definitely think that there has to be a layer between them, because otherwise what you don't want is your team members leaving thinking that they can make more per video if they become freelancers. So you don't want them to go this way. You don't need that. You are okay turning freelancers into team members, but not the other way around. So I would give team members as much kind of like extra as possible, meaning the group chat, the group calls, maybe like even a group with memes, because same way we like inside of the art of YouTube, we kind of all, on our group calls, we kind of network, sometimes we have fun, jokes, like whatever. They are animators, like they need the same kind of community. So you basically can create this community for them here, and you can advertise it as for freelancers, like, look, you're now alone in your basement, making, I don't know, $1,000 a month, but you can be here. You can be inside of our circle where everyone is having fun, everyone is, kind of coming up with videos, and that's how you get them there. I would give them a group chat plus calls. I would give them Asana, and basically that's it for them. These ones I would still give them Google Drive, because they need access to that. Just make sure they can't delete files, they can only add it there. And then Asana, they probably don't need that. You can make, like once we raise a team leader within your team, so you remember this guy, once we have the number one guy in your team, we can make him basically assign videos to freelancers and give them feedback. For now, it can be Andre, but I would change him as quickly as possible if he can't meet at least like 10 videos a month. Because the leader is someone who is, like overall, elite is someone who is doing more, better, and faster. So this is a true leader that people will listen. Otherwise, they have question like, why are you leader and not me? And then it's actually like, it's a good question. Like we have this saying, like a bad soldier never wants to become a general. So he's not going to serve well, because like he doesn't see himself like, in the future becoming a general. But then overall, if your leader doesn't meet all of these criteria, he's just going to be a weak leader, and weak leaders typically create weak teams. So we need to find someone who will do, in the next 2 months, who will do more, better, and faster, and we need to make him a team leader. And for now, you need to do the management here. For now, you are the one basically making sure that freelancers go and turn into team members, and you assign tasks to freelancers, and you also get them to the top of this funnel. Yeah. How does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, really good. Just to clarify a little bit, I'm not sure if I would call Andre really a team leader.
Mm-hmm.
I think the thing that was really an insight for me is that you mentioned that I should be really more clear about the fact that the amount of videos he produces is something we don't want. And I think I've just been highlighting the fact that his quality is so good, which it is.
Yes.
So we didn't really give him like a team lead role. I feel like it's more of just an additional quality checking role. He doesn't assign videos,
Okay.
and I'm still the end approver. He just kind of gives feedback in Asana to all of the videos for approval.
Okay.
Kind of tips you could kind of see like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wouldn't really call him a team lead, but I think what you said about that I need to be more clear about the fact that the amount of videos he produces, that's kind of like a bad thing. I think that's really good.
Exactly. So that's one, and then also for you want to change him on that role, fixing the quality as soon as possible as well, because what might be happening is he's doing 6 videos a month instead of 12 because he's too obsessed with the wrong things in a video, which makes it look good, but like can probably be, you know, skipped or achieved in another way, and he can actually be spreading this as like sickness through all of the animators. So he might say them something like, go fix the lightning, but then if they fix the lightning, the rendering time is like increases, like, you know, and it takes them twice as long to render the final video, to export the final video as before. Whereas like you don't really see the difference between the lightning, you know, before and after. So it's also like it's good that he's doing it for now if he helps them improve, and it's important that like here within the course and reviews you kind of give that to this, like, you know, freelancers and part-time employees. Like you need to give that, and it's obvious that like he's gonna do a better job than you at this part, but then we also need this guy as soon as possible, ideally in the next 2 months or in the next like 30 days. And then this guy needs to replace Andrew, and he needs to understand that, you know, if he's not meeting the criteria, then he's going to be replaced even if he loves it, because again, team leader is someone who's doing more, better, and faster. But overall, it's good that he can save you some time doing this quality revisions for now. But yeah, be sure that you advertise the idea that like 12 to 15 videos a month is our team minimum. That's the requirement for you to be a team member. Otherwise, you'll be downgraded to a freelancer and we'll only pay you per video. And this, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think maybe something smart would be to really look for this team leader, and then once we found him, maybe to give Andre a new position where we kind of discuss this as well, where he kind of just writes detailed documents about how to increase the quality, or he kind of creates courses or something, just something which doesn't require him to manage things or really be a glorified animator, but more kind of on the sidelines. But yeah, that we can still keep the improvement he brings to the quality.
Yeah, and by the way, if we go back to the 4-minute mile story, if you need this example, do you think you can reach out to my team leader and pay him like $100 per hour for speaking in front of your team and basically explaining them like how he did like 16 videos in his best months? Do you think like this will be their like 4-minute mile moment? It might just like, you know, be it. Like you can use outside example. It doesn't need to be an example in your team. It may be someone from Zagdi Films team. Like you can reach out to like, he has a public Upwork post looking for animators, and you have like 19 people who work for Zag that you can reach out to on Upwork. You can reach out to all of them and ask them how many videos they do, and if they do more than 15, you can have them speak in front of your team for like $50 an hour, $100 an hour. They don't charge much, right? And they can be their 4-minute mile example. And then all of your like animator number 2, animator number 3, all of them besides Andrew, and maybe even Andrew as well, they will see, oh damn, like 15 videos a month is possible, 16 videos a month is possible. And he also explained us how to do it, like what corners we can cut. Probably you will see do you think you will see like an increase in performance?
Yeah, no, I think so. Yeah, definitely.
And then what I will also do, by the way, like on that note, is I'll probably write down 5 to 10 companies. That's something that I did at the beginning as well. 5 to 10 3D animated companies, and I'll speak to all of them and try to speak to their founders, their 3D team leaders, their regular animators. You can do it through LinkedIn, Upwork, like, you know, whatever other platforms. You can basically just reach out to their email, like address in their channel bio, and I'll just try to get as much knowledge from them as possible by paying them per calls, because all of them are working a 9-to-5 job. It's not expensive to, get them to speak in front of your team. But then these conversations might be actually like, life-changing for the people inside of your team. Because imagine when here you tell them like, look, if you are a team member of mine, you're gonna get one workshop per month with high-level like 3D team leads that will teach you stuff. And then obviously like you want freelancers to watch it as well, but then you can still kind of like advertise it, post it firstly here, or make group live calls there, and then here you only give them the recording. So like you still kind of position it like being a team member is cool because you invest in these people, like you educate them and etc. And then the last problem that I wanted to solve is like the main problem, basically, like we got to the main source right now, is basically the hiring. Can you walk me through your current hiring process? Like how did you find all of those animators? Like without going in depth, but just like overall.
Yeah, so what do you want me to explain exactly?
Like where did you get them? How did you hire them?
Yeah, so right now we're mainly posting job posts in Telegram groups. Then we make them fill out a Google form. Um, yeah, right now I've just been sending test tasks to everyone who applies in the Google form. Or if I just see that they put some really crazy stuff down, then I just ignore it. But to all of the applicants of the Google form, I sent them a message basically saying, hey, we went over your portfolio. It looks really good. Can you make this test task? This will kind of show us your quality and how you work. And if we think it's good, we can offer you a job, basically. And yeah, that's the system we've been doing up until now. And then we obviously judge the test task, and if it's good enough, yeah, we hire them.
Okay. So basically Telegram, like that's where you must post your job across multiple channels. Then Google form, you have some conversion rate here. Then test task, you have some conversion rate there. And then final, basically like those who assign test tasks, and then you accept everyone who is good enough to start working with you. Makes sense. So what I don't like about that is, yeah, actually first let's break down one thing. So right now you've posted 9 videos, and then how much money you've made from 9 videos so far? 12K. Okay, so I'm just quickly gonna do the math here. I'm trying to understand something. So it's basically 1.3K that you make per video. So let's say an animator that makes you 10 videos a month, which is like still pretty conservative, so it's still not 15, right? He's probably gonna make you around 12K. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, we're still not sure, but that's how the numbers are looking right now. So an animator is an asset that will generate you 12K per month for the next year or so. Is that right?
Yeah.
Damn. You know what I just understood? You're not in a content business. You're not in a business of making videos. You know what you're actually doing? Dude, we're in a human trafficking business. we basically find people and then we just monetize them, because like it's literally like it's that simple. Like you just need more animators, because every animator just makes you like $12,000 a month. That's basically the bottom line of this thing. Like, how much are you willing to pay for an asset that brings you like 12K per month?
As long as I'm still comfortable.
Yeah. What was that?
Yeah, as long I don't really care as little as possible, obviously, but as long as they're still profitable, I can still hire them, of course.
Yeah. So what I don't like about your current funnel is basically it's just you reaching out to people and basically kind of like of course you send them like all of those different like, test tasks and Google Forms and etc. But it's still like, it feels like outbound. So it's you coming to them and trying to convince them to work with you, and then they might say no, they might say yes, like whatever. So what I want you to focus on moving forward is, it's called HR marketing. So HR marketing comes down to basically two things. Number one, you understand your cost per hire, CPH, cost per hire, how much you spend per one hire, whether it's time or money. So it can be time or money. Right now you're only spending time, and you spend like probably a couple $100 per month on, job posts, but it's nothing too crazy. And then becoming attractive. So this one is the most important one, because right now no one wants to work with you. It's basically like, it's just a random job post that, that people found, and, there's no reason to do that. But then let's say, if we look at, Zach D Films, why do you think people want to work with him?
Because he's actually films. Obviously, he's just the biggest in the space.
Name. I'll help you a little bit. $1,000 per video. That's what he pays. So like money, like one of the most, like the core motivations. What else? Maybe like basically status. If you worked for Zach D Films, you are, you're good. You're considered like a very good animator. Where else can it be? I mean, it's pretty much like, brand as well, kind of. And then, but money is the main thing, right? And then we have you here. And what we need to come up, even before we solve for the hiring issue, like we need to come up with a list of things why you are better than Zach D, or at least different from Zach D. So you know what I did at the beginning? Like, instead of like, I knew that Zach D Films is paying $1,000 per video. So the way I found my first ever animator, before I even, knew about like Telegram groups and everything else, I basically told an animator that, look, let's partner up. You're gonna have a percentage of my revenue. So it's not ideal, like that's not what you should do, but it shows that people are ready to work when they understand that they are going to be involved into something bigger than themselves. Like that's what people naturally want. So let's say if he's paying more money, and then you basically you cannot pay that much, and you're obviously paying less, and you don't have a name yet. So what can you offer? You can offer them connection, because Zach D Films never speaks to his employees. He never, they never speak to themselves. They don't have group calls. They don't have any, they're alone. And all they see is revisions, right? And then there is a, by the way, negative side. So he does a lot of revisions. So what you can say is, we don't do revisions, right? Do you know how you do it? You basically create like a step-by-step guide, and then you only do revisions if they broke the guidelines. And then you also introduce the drafts, basically animatics, and then you make all of the revisions there, just so you don't do them at the final stage. But then you still advertise it to the market as, we don't do revisions. So unlike Zach D Films, we don't do revisions. What else can you do? Like, what's the unique benefits of them working with you and not with Zach D Films?
I'd say just the kind of the potential of being a part of a really
exactly what I was writing, potential. So yeah, motivate them with basically them helping you hit specific milestones and them being kind of like a part of this milestone. So For the rest of the team, you can tell them like, look, when we get, you know, to 1 million followers, like you're all gonna get like a golden play button, for example, you know, if you are a full-time team member and if you meet 12 videos a month, you're gonna, like, I'm gonna invest in you, you're gonna invest in me. That's, you know, that's fair. So the potential, and then basically, kind of, I feel like it's in our nature. We want to be a founder of something. So like being like kind of like a founder, staying at the very beginning of your, you know, the biggest channel in your niche kind of journey. So being kind of like founders of your channel, or at least staying at the very beginning of it. What else? Creative input. So Zach D Films never listens to his animators. They can come up with whatever they want, but if it doesn't resonate with his vision, you know, the thing is gone. That's what I got from one of the, like, I actually have one animator that worked for Zach, and then he came to work for me. Why? Because he wanted to be creatively involved. He's now coming up with ideas and he's like, Tim, I'm loving it. I'm getting paid 10 times less per video now, but I'm loving it because I can have fun coming up with, you know, stuff for you. And I like to see how my videos perform. So you can give them performance bonuses, which we also discussed, but that's something for you to turn, like you need to turn it into a game. Like they need to see those dashboards every single month, or maybe like even week, so they all try to compete with each other, and then you can have like a celebration or competition for the best animator of the month, and you reward them with money and, you know, maybe status, and you call them like, I don't know, our winner of the month or something. You announce it, you make it public, and they kind of have the, again, the connection. They don't see revisions, they see the potential, they are the founders, they have the creative input, and they get the performance bonuses. I mean, to me, it looks like I want to be there, not here. This guy never speaks to me. This guy sends me like 15 revisions. And this guy, I mean, I'm kind of liking it right now. How do you feel?
Yeah, looks really good.
Yeah, and then that's not the final list. So what I want you to do is I want you to brainstorm it together with your people. Ask them like, guys, why do you like to work here? Why do you like your job? And have it all where? In your job post, on Telegram, you advertise it in your job post, you advertise it in Google form, you make those like, you know, bullet points, like what do you get from working with me? You have it in the test task, and before you send them a test task, you make sure that they understand that that's what they're getting from working with you. And that's how you increase and get those numbers high, the conversion rate. And that's how you get the best people from the market to go through this kind of like a tough funnel and finally become your kind of like happy employee right here. Basically, pretty simple math. What we need, if we need 6 happy animators at the bottom of the funnel, I think we need to probably get like 60 test tasks. I mean, this number is pretty conservative, so it will probably be like 30-ish, so not 60. But I like to, you know, use very conservative numbers, very pessimistic numbers, just so if we hit that, like we're definitely getting there. So 60 test tasks, I would say it's about probably like 700 or something applicants on Google form. And then it's just the question of how many eyeballs here we need in order for us to get all of those applicants in the Google form. And then it just becomes the number of conversions. And then I want to give you my favorite technique when it comes to like solving problems, because now we understand that, okay, cool, 60 tasks are going to get us 6 animators. 6 animators are going to get us to 1 billion views, basically. By the end of the year, by the way, you remember? Yeah. 700 applicants. And then it's only the question like how can we get all of those people to the form? And then before we answer that, we should remember this. An animator makes you $12,000 per month. And I mean, the cost per hire, you remember we talked about the CPH? The CPH can be anything below that. Because like if you hire an animator and you know for sure that he's going to stay for a year and he's going to generate you like $120,000, even paying $5K for him, it's still a good deal, right? There's no asset like that in the world that you can pay $5K right now and then get $12K per month on average for the next year. It's crazy. So the CPH is, I'm not saying you have to pay $5,000 a month for it, but let's say if an animator from Zagdi Films agrees to work for you for, let's say, like $300 per video, I think it's still worth it. You know how much he's going to generate. You know how much he's going to help the rest of the team. So you have to consider like the consequence of having someone like this on the team. And then basically the concept that I wanted to share is called Obsession. Have you watched the movie Obsession? No? Highly recommend you do. Beautiful movie about the guy who wanted to play drums at a very like crazy level. You know, amazing movie. But basically the whole point of the movie is when you're obsessed about something, like it becomes very easy to solve. So for example, like if you were obsessed about just getting those eyeballs right here, how would you do it? If you're like, obsessed, like totally obsessed. You need eyeballs like on the top of the funnel, like you need people to know that you're hiring.
Post as many job posts as possible in Telegram, other websites. Yeah, just spread it as much as possible.
Yeah. Telegram, Upwork, then Fiverr, then let's say LinkedIn. LinkedIn is killer. Do you think that you can reach out to my HR or an HR of Zagdi Films and offer them $500 for every employee that sticks around for 3 months? Do you think you can do it? HR? Do you think your current animators have connections with other animators? Do you think you can pay them $1,000 for every animator that they bring on board that stays for longer than 3 months? I think you can. Like if an animator, you make it clear that they need to actually work and they need to create those videos, but then you pay them $500 after the first month, like as a referral bonus. Basically, you create the referral system. So you basically you bring your friend to work for you. They do 10 videos minimum per month. If they meet this criteria, you pay the one who brought the guy $500 after the first month, and then another $500 after the second month. I think it's fair. Like if the animator makes you like $12,000 a month, right?
Yeah.
So the referral bonus, and then what I also like is I call this a friendly fire. As I told you, like there are people on Upwork that like you can find a job post of Zagdi Films on Upwork, right? And you can find people who are actively working with him. And it probably doesn't make sense to reach out and try to hire them because they are now getting paid like $1,000 per video, right? But then if you reach out to them, you can ask them about the referral bonus because they probably have friends that tried to work with Zagdi Films but couldn't complete the test task because Zagdi Films requirements are so high. And you can basically tell them like, look, if you have any friends that were not accepted at Zagdi Films, I can accept them and I'll pay you $1,000 over the course of the next like 3 months. I'll pay you, let's say like you can even pay like $300 per month that this for the first 3 months of this person working, if they meet this criteria, if they meet the criteria of doing at least 10 videos per month. And that's how you make yourself attractive, because other people start to advertise for you. It's not you going and searching for animators anymore. It's animators referring more friends to you. Like 2 of my best animators are referrals. People basically, I found one guy and then he brought on board another 2 with him from another company. So we basically like, I used him to hunt them into my team. And then I think that HR is another solution for you. So obviously, like just mass posting those, those jobs is good, but then an HR's job is not only the, posting those job posts, it's also selling the company. So my HR, before sending the test task, it gives a call to the potential animator or whoever, and then on that call, she's selling the company. She's selling all of the benefits that we just wrote down. So having an HR is actually like having like a salesman in a team who's gonna sell for you, and you can hire one for very cheap. Do you think if you offer like Zach De Films HR, like let's say $1,000 per hire, like she's not gonna do it? Like she will. She has all of the candidates that Zach refused, and then she understands that like your quality, like they can meet your quality. So you can basically be like, damn, we're writing so much, but this is actually like, this is something that I didn't plan to tell. I just came up with this stuff. But imagine like there's an HR of Zach De Films, and there is Zach De Films, whose quality requirements are, let's say, I don't know, 100, whatever. That's his, quality. And then there's you, and your quality requirements are 80, which is still pretty decent. Like it's still good quality, right? But for Zach De Films, 85 is not enough, but for you, it's perfect. So you basically reach out to his HR and you tell him like, whoever is 100 goes there, whoever is 80 to 100, just send them here. And you steal traffic from Zach De Films without basically stealing it, because again, Zach already refused all of these candidates. So you basically make it clear to the HR, like, look, these people are already bad. Like you're gonna waste them, or I'm gonna pay you $1,000 for everyone who sticks around for 3 months. And then you know that in 3 months you're gonna make 30K from each one of them. So like paying $1,000, like it's basically nothing. And you basically have an HR for free who is already trained by someone else, and all you need to do is to just steal a bit of traffic from the main guy who has the brand and who has the advertisement needed.
Oh yeah, that's really smart. How would you recommend me to reach out to the HR?
LinkedIn. So Zach De Films is just an example. There is Yarnhub. There is what's the other? Let me think about the other. Basically, there are channels like, for example, Fern. Not necessarily Fern, but basically you look for 3D channels in more complex niches. So maybe long form 3D, maybe for me, kids content worked. Most of my animators have experience with kid content. This is something for you to look into, because they quickly get tired of creating this brain rot kind of like, cartoons, and they most of the time hate that, and they want to become someone else. And then you offer them a job as a potential, like you're going to work with characters, you're going to have, an impact on the world, because like your videos are also kind of like, they're, I think people are just loving it. So it's not war like in my case. Like people are loving those videos because they kind of like, they play on your soul like on a guitar, So, creating those videos is actually very, very much like, it's more interesting than Zach, it's more interesting than Were, it's more interesting than creating this brain rot for kids. So people will naturally come to you if, again, you have connections within their companies. So I think that for the next like months, what you should focus on is to get as many connections in these teams as possible. Just reach out to their founders, reach out to their HRs through LinkedIn, reach out to their team leaders, and reach out to their regular animators. Because from there, you will either hunt animators, you will hunt team leaders, or you will use this strategy to basically steal traffic from them. Imagine if you replace HR with a 3D team leader, and you basically tell them like, look, whoever gets fired from Yarnhub, give me a call, I'll buy them out, I'll pay you, again, a certain bonus if they get fired from here, but I'm gonna hire them. And it's the same for all of the other competitors. And I think you can basically extend this list to like 10, 15 animated studios, like 3D animated studios, and you can find them all on LinkedIn. And on LinkedIn, you can see who's working there, who has what role, and it's the same on Upwork. So like LinkedIn and Upwork should be the main ones, but then you can also go one step back and, no, two step backs. You can go on, so LinkedIn is only good for worldwide, but then we hire from CIS countries, like, you know, you can go and find an alternative in Russia. You can find an alternative in Ukraine. You can find an alternative in Belarus, in Kazakhstan, and all of the countries. There is its own LinkedIn where you can advertise your job, and you'll get the quality talent from there. And then what you should also do is reach out to your current animators and ask them, where would you search for a job? Like, where did you search before besides Telegram groups? And they will tell you exactly where they look for a job. And they are like your ideal customer avatar. So they will tell you a bunch of different ideas. So you ask them like, what's the LinkedIn of Russia? Maybe it's like headhunter.ru, right? What's the LinkedIn of Ukraine? What's the LinkedIn of Belarus, etc.? And that's how you find talent, like, you know, in that part of the world. And then obsession. This is very good. This is very important. Become obsessed with finding 6 animators that all do like 10 videos a month minimum in the next 30 days. I think you can find them.
Yeah, I think so as well. Yeah, this explanation really helps, and yeah, it's really, I need to really make sure that all of them also are, yeah, they just are killers. You know, they have the right quality, and they have this perfect combination of quality and quantity. So producing 10 videos a month.
And then you solve it with the course that we have for them, for freelancers. So everyone is a freelancer at the beginning. Everyone is making money per video until they meet quality and quantity criteria, and then they become team members. And you position it as an upgrade for them, and you make a competition between them. So let's say like 2 people a month get accepted to the main team out of all of the freelancers that you have in this group chat, and you make them really compete for that.
Yeah, that's really smart. I'll definitely be implementing this right after the call. And once again, just so I remember, what did you say again was the best way to make sure that they could kind of still share assets, and that the core team animators could still give feedback to the kind of to the freelancers to kind of also help them out and make them improve so they can eventually be a core team member.
Yeah, I think that for that I would definitely, I think I would still use Asana. The way you can position it as is freelancers, you don't create them a custom email, so they're not a part of the team yet. You just add them there just so they get access to basically like their tasks. And I think in the privacy section, you can set it up in a way that they only see their tasks and they don't see the tasks of someone else. So they still kind of feel like they're, you know, freelancers, and they understand that they need to become team members. But then the way I would do it is that the moment you find your team leader, for now it can be Andre in terms of like just giving technical feedback. You are in charge of basically assigning videos and giving viral feedback, like making videos more viral, but then he's in charge of, let's say, technical things. And then he has your team under him that everyone understands how many videos they need to do per month. So you do weekly planning sessions. If you watched this video up until this point, you're clearly interested in faceless YouTube. Well, I have some good news, because before the end of this year, I'm looking for 10 more people to join the Art of YouTube program. This is where I personally help you scale or launch your faceless YouTube channel. We start with choosing the niche, and then we build your team and systems so that you can predictably generate up to $15,000 a month from a faceless YouTube business. And if you already have the channel, then using the hiring systems and the SOPs that we have, we're gonna scale it and add an extra $30,000 a month to your current YouTube business. And unlike any other program that focuses on just posting more stuff, we actually build the hiring systems that gives you an advantage in the most competitive markets, like the one that SAP is operating in. So if you're interested in having me on your side, scaling your channel until you actually get the results, then by scanning this QR code or finding a link down below, you can apply to work directly with me one-on-one. You assign them X amount of videos that they need to do per week, and then if they're not doing this, then the number next week increases. So let's say if this was 3 and they only did 2, then this one, instead of 3, it's 4. And then that's how they're basically monthly, after 4 weeks, that's how they total like monthly bonus kind of, sums up, right? So like 3, 3, 3, that's 12 per month. And then if they fuck up 1 week, they need to, kind of cover it during the next week, etc. So here you have the weekly planning, and then here it's basically like a bunch of freelancers where it's the Telegram group, a separate one, Telegram, and Asana, just so they don't lose their tasks. But then feedback is always in a group. So do you know why feedback is always in a group?
Yes, so they can learn from each other, right?
Yeah, exactly. So you don't waste time, and he doesn't waste time telling the same thing over and over again. And you can fix problems before they even appear. So let's say some of them is doing a project with freaking, I don't know, like blue sun instead of, yellow one. And then he sees that, this guy just fixed it in another video, and he's like, damn, like I might just as well, fix it now. Otherwise I'm going to get, not the best feedback in a group chat. And also, when I started, like I basically on my Telegram with my full-time team, I have a separate Telegram channel where they send all of the videos they create. And the reason why I did that is because if you only post those videos on YouTube, they don't know who exactly created them. And it creates the feeling that they can do a bad job and no one is going to notice besides you. And they can trick you and they can lie to you that, that's the only thing they do. But then the other animators won't know that it's their job. But then if you make them send it in a Telegram group and everyone else sees exactly what they did, then it's basically like they are putting their own signature on it. So I saw a significant improvement in the quality of videos once they started sharing them publicly, and everyone started to understand who has like what problems and what kind of, strength and weaknesses, and they started helping each other. Like, look, I noticed that you're doing this kind of lightning all of the time. Let me help you fix that. I noticed you're doing this kind of mistake with, like, I don't know, editing. Let me try to fix that. So you make feedback and you make the videos, the submission of videos public. So everyone shares that publicly.
Okay, yeah, and just to make sure that the person giving reviews in the freelancer Telegram group, that would be the head animator, right?
You and the team lead animator. So you can give feedback in terms of like, how do you see the video? Like what needs to be better? What would you improve? And if there is a technical thing, like a technical part of feedback, then it's him.
Okay, and yeah, further, and there's no contact in between the freelancers and the core team members apart from the head animator.
Yes,
okay.
Exactly. Because the head animator is kind of like on your side. So if you imagine your team, it's like there is a team with like animators, and there is you, and you are in chat with your top guy. So he's kind of like a part of the main team, but he's also a part of the management. So he's a double side agent kind of management. Why? Because like he speaks his language, but he still needs to achieve your goals. So he's kind of in between management and team. And that's why the team, and also like you have now kind of like freelancers, and he is now here in the middle, like this one, you try to exclude as much as possible so your freelancers don't overlap with the team, and then you still talk to both of them because you are basically the founder of the whole thing. But yeah, you want to avoid that, because then they will start talking about the fees, and like they will try to get a better deal for themselves, and they might decide to leave the team to become a freelancer, which is not always bad. Like for some people, like freelancing is good. You know, they like to do it this way, and they're more creative this way, but you don't want it to be the you know, the stuff that they all of them kind of do.
Okay, yeah.
How do you feel?
Yeah, I think that's really good. I really hadn't thought about this structure yet. So yeah, I'll definitely implement it. I think it will also let me know what you think about this, but I feel like it will take a little bit of time just because now I have the group chat with all of the people together. And kind of when I introduced them to the team, I also really made them feel like they were a part of the team. I didn't really treat them as freelancers, the guys on paid
Yes.
video basis.
Yes.
So my idea right now is to kind of, I'm pretty sure a couple of the paid video basis guys I'll have to fire just because the quality might not be there or the volume. And I think once I've gotten rid of those guys and I've kind of got the group of the people who are actually on a base pay every month, yeah, that will be the right point to yeah, I think from now on I'll put all of the freelancers in a separate group chat, but I'll keep the current freelancers right now still in the actual team chat. But let me know, yeah, what you think about that.
Yeah. I think that all of the future ones should go through the new system, and all of the current ones should be on the old one. But make sure that you also tell them, like, guys, there is a new system that we will run for all of the future employees. You're now on a paper project basis, but you're still the part of the team because I rely on you. I hope that you get to the point where you make 12 videos a month, and I'll do my best to help you get there. Here's the course. Here's the, Andre who will help you with the quality. Here's, X, Y, and Z. Do your best, please, to get there. Otherwise, in 3 months, like, give them a time frame. Like, otherwise, in 3 months, you will have to comply with the rest of the system, meaning if you're not good enough, you will be downgraded to a freelancer. So let them know that this option exists, but still give them time and kind of honor their the fact that they were there from the very beginning.
Yeah. Do you think right now in my current system the financial incentive of being a core team member is high enough? Because right now, yeah, I'm paying 1,000 a month for the current team members, and for a freelancer, this is only like 10 animations every single month, and they'll be at the same amount of my core team members.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a good one. So the freelancers should make less money per video, ideally, than your current team members. But then it also should be like it should all come from you making more money. So what I mean by that is, let's say like your freelancers are making $100 per video, then you tell them, like, here, once you reach 10 videos a month and above, you immediately start making 1.2K. So it's already, like, if it's 10 videos, that's like $120 per video, but you make another $300 if you get to, let's say, like 100 million views, plus you get an extra $100, let's say $120 for every extra video that you make besides the first 10 that you did. And then this kind of sums up to like almost like $2,000. Let's say if they, like, with the bonus and with this, like, it's possible that they get to like $2,000 with, like, let's say 15 videos. And then this guy would only made like 1.5K, which is like already 25% increase. So yeah, you have to do the math. You have to make the financial, as you said, like the financials should make sense so that they feel like this has the privilege, but this should also come with the with at least 10 videos, like being able to fulfill as many videos as you need from them.
Okay, yeah. And would you recommend, because this is what I've been doing now, but I'm just wondering, I think it might be more efficient not to do this because it will sell the core team better. But I've been telling freelancers that they'll also have access to a few bonuses just because I thought it would be more of a quality incentive. But I think it
Yeah.
might be smarter to just keep freelance at uh, a flat rate and then only give the bonuses to the core team members. What do you think about that?
I think that's true. So giving bonuses to team members is the way to go, because then you position it as the moment you become a team member, you get a share of what we make. So it's not just, a bonus. You get a share of what we make. You deserve, like, you got X, Y, and Z amount of views. Because of that, you deserve a part of our profits, which is, $300 or like $400, or maybe like 1% of our profit this month. If you like, but this will basically like force you to reveal your profits, which you typically don't want to do. So I'll just stick to, just exact bonuses like 3, 4, $500, etc. But also make sure that the number is like the number of views that they need to make is high enough for them to not being able to achieve that with less than 10 videos a month. So let's say if the way you do this math is, if your average number of views is 13 mil, then the bonus should only start from 150 million views per month. Why? Because 10 videos is 130 mil on average, and then 11 videos, like 12 videos, is what they need to get to the bonus. So you have to always do this math to see like what makes sense and how to motivate them, and then you have to show this math to them. So you have to be like, okay guys, I know that we're making like 13 million views on average per video. If you make 12 videos this month instead of 10, you're not gonna only get 1.2, you're gonna get the $300 bonus, and you're gonna get another 240 from this because you did an extra like 2 videos. And this is a total of 1.75K. You see? And for a freelancer, it's impossible to get there because $100 per video is like you'd need to make 17 videos, which is again impossible. We know that. Does it solve the 1 billion problem?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, we'll have to find out in the next few months. But yeah, this will definitely help me get a lot closer.
Nice. So tell me, what was the most insightful out of all of it? Like what helped the most, or what got you into like the basically like got you the most excited about?
Mm, for this one, I wouldn't say excited. I would say the main thing, just kind of like a revelation for me, was that even though I am really a fan of my best animator, that I shouldn't really position him because I had been kind of glorifying him in the chat, like, guys, look at Andre, he's doing so amazing, but I didn't really explain to them that the amount of videos he produces isn't something they should look up to, and it's actually kind of more
Yes.
of a bad thing, and that I have kind of positioned that completely wrong. Um, and then for hiring, what you said about basically attracting the people to me instead of just sending it out and kind of chasing down these guys myself. I'll
Yes.
definitely use the method of asking my animators if they know people. I think that's a really easy and amazing one. It only takes me one message. Um, and yeah, also just the thing you said about the hiring funnel with really hammering down on the HR marketing, kind of making it clear. Um, yeah, why they should come work for us. I think everything summarized will make a massive difference in the effectivity of my hiring. Yeah.
I love it. I think that's gonna crack the billion views in the next like 2 months. If we are fast to execute on all of that, and if we get you like 5 cool animators during November, then in December, like there is a very big chance, like I would say 80% and above, that we're gonna hit a billion views, because it's the best season, it's the best RPMs, and it's the best in terms of the the team actually working. January is going to be hard. Like January, most of them, kind of chill for the first week or stuff like this. So it's going to be, we'll have to postpone it till February. So that's our best shot. Like right now, locking in and basically making sure that you are obsessed over the right metric. So you are obsessed with the quality of Andre, make sure that moving forward, you're obsessed over the quantity. So whenever someone does a video in less than 2 days, celebrate that in front of everyone. Yo, we just did our video in 36 hours. That's our fastest turnaround. That's, he used this and that kind of tricks. Let's all get obsessed with how can we improve our quantity, how can we improve our speed. Let's also invite this kind of expert from, Team's team, for example, or from Zagde Films team, or from your hub team, and let's ask them how can we speed up the process even more. So become obsessed with with the most important metric, which in your case there are two: how many videos each animator produces, and how many animators you can get. Like the moment you dial in these two metrics, that's 1 billion views, and then 100K a month.
Yeah, let's make that a no goal, man. I think it's possible this November. It's going to be really important. We need to set everything up properly. But yeah, this video has really helped a lot with that. So yeah, once I hit that, I think we'll have to make a new video.
We're gonna do another viral seed, and next time we'll talk about hitting 3 or 4 billion and over basically flipping Zagde Films. Cool, guys, this was the first episode of the Viral Seed, my brand new YouTube show. It's very important that you drop this video a like if you actually like the value, and comment with your most important insight that you got while watching it. Because I'm planning to record more Viral Seed shows in the future, drop this channel a follow, and I'll see you in the next episode.